Hey, and welcome to another episode of I Know Jax. It's springtime and it's festival season, which means lots of happenings and events going on in the River City. I have an awesome show lined up for you. First, we're going to look back at the Spring Home and Patio show at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. Then we're moving over to Jax Beach to visit Chef Kenny Gilbert. And we're also going to talk about craft beer, upcoming events, and I have a cool giveaway for you too. That and much more in this week's episode of I Know Jax. I love this time of year. It's not too hot yet and it's not cold. There's only one thing I'm not liking, pollen. But pollen loves me. It seems to follow me around day in and day out. I know I'm not the only one suffering from pollen allergies, so excuse me if my voice is raspy and I sound like I have a cold. It's just springtime. I had a great time at the Spring Home and Patio show this year. I Know Jax was the proud sponsor of the cooking demo stage upstairs, and if you didn't get a chance to come out and see us at the event, well, take a look at this. This year, I Know Jax was the sponsor of the cooking demo stage at the Spring Home and Patio show at the Prime Osborne Convention Center, and I had a great time with a lot of different chefs on stage. The first day I started out with my friend Jeff Spear, the gadget guy, who was showing us a bunch of different gadgets. Duh.
But what's really cool is you give it a couple of pumps and there's...
My friend Sarah Copeland Falkenberg from Hottie Dogs came and made an absolutely fantastic shrimp and grits dish that was a crowd favorite. Speaking of seafood, Chef Garrett Lay, who's been doing demos with me at the Home and Patio show several times, came out and made Fish Market red chowder from the Fish Company. Now, I've been to Traska and Company in Ponte Vedra several times, and it's a really cool place with great food. They make a special hot sandwich that they call the panino, and Sarah Frasca came out to the Home and Patio show and made paninos right there in the oven for us to taste.
We have a little bit of a science in our kitchen to make sure we have fresh avocado that's at the perfect ripeness. So that's kind of another trick.
That is a science.
Yeah, it really is. And then our homemade ranch, which is to die for, and folks can even buy this at the restaurant because people love it.
I also got to hang out with Michelle McInnes and her daughter from Sweet Spot, who were there throughout the event with their food. And let's not forget Andrea Bryant. She had some great stuff with a healthy twist. My friend Phil from the Gourmet Realtor made chicken marsala. You can never go wrong with Italian food, can you? This was a popular demo. What would you pair this with?
Wine?
Yeah.
White wine. Wine, craft beer.
I ask all the difficult questions, evidently. There were so many others, like Erica from Blue Chocolate, who really impressed me with her delicious donuts that she made right on site. And they were delicious. Hank from Henry Edibles made a dish perfect for St. Patrick's Day. Or really, anytime if you like mac and cheese. So wrong.
What is wrong with that?
Nothing.
Good.
You didn't give me any. All right. I mean, you know, you don't want it to go bad.
When in Rome?
Now, speaking of being Irish, Nick from Colhane's was also there showing us how to make corned beef and cabbage. I had a great time with Laura Morey from Simple Solutions Diva and Roderick Smith from Jack's Diner, Keith from Foodies USA, and Celestia Mobley, who made some awesome Southern food.
Did all kind of crazy stuff, and I'm like, I'm a Southern cook. I need to taste that. All this fast cooking is driving me crazy.
There were so many others. One of my favorite chefs, Dennis Chan, is a staple at the Home and Patio show. His food is always great, and he's a super nice guy too. And I got to meet Dwayne from the Bread and Board. Those sandwiches were to die for. I also have to give a shout out to my friend Carrie Speckman, who helped program the whole thing. I had a great time and can't wait to do it all again. Now, if you didn't get a chance to come out to the cooking demo stage this time, you can see all the videos on my website at iknowjax.com/demos. Let's leave downtown in the Prime Osborne Convention Center and head out to the beach. Hey, and welcome to What's Brewing in Jax. Every week I take a look at what's happening in the craft beer scene in Jacksonville. I'm at Really Good Beer Stop on 3rd Street in Jax Beach, and today I'm having a Hello Berliner from their cooler. That's right, they have bottles and cans too. This week it's time to turn green, and no, I'm not talking about recycling or sustainable living. I'm talking about the color green. On Saturday it's St. Patrick's Day, so that means lots of St. Patrick's Day events. As far as I know, none of the breweries I've talked to have green beers. That's popular in places like Savannah, which, by the way, has one of the largest St. Patrick's Day parades and celebrations in the country. First, let's start with something that sounds a little bit more serious, a panel discussion called The Theology and Spirituality of the Brewing Process and Beyond. The event takes place at Ardwolf, and I think if you're curious about brewing, this will be a great place to meet interesting people for conversations and beer. The event is hosted by Ryan Buckley, a home brewer, and Derek Scott, a bartender at a local brewery. That's on March 13th at Ardwolf. On Saturday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day has lots of events happening all over Jacksonville. Colhane's Irish Pub puts up a tent already on Thursday, and the party continues all weekend. Wicked Barley has a special event where they release special St. Patrick's Day brews, plus live music and more. And in Springfield, there's an inaugural St. Patrick's Day block party. Hyperion Brewing Company and Crispy Springfield Gallery have come together to organize this event. All the fun is on Main Street between 7th and 8th. There's live music, food, beer vendors, and more. That's it for this time. Now, if you want to try the Hello Banana Vice, you need to hurry here because at Really Good Beer Stop, they rotate their 20 beers on tap all the time, so there's always something new. And since it's St. Patrick's Day week, sláinte! Jacksonville Beach's ultimate craft beer and growler store. Last week, I proudly announced our giveaway of a fun, inventive card game called Telus. The only problem was that the IT department didn't actually set up the giveaway on the website. The I Know Jax IT department is often falling behind, and that's what happens when you wear too many hats and don't have enough brains to hold them all up. Or something like that. If you hadn't figured out, I'm the IT department. In any case, we have now fixed the problem and the giveaway is up and ready to go. And here's what I have for you. Vertellus means tell us more in Dutch, and that's where the team who created this game is from. These guys were pondering some difficult questions like, is our crazy fast-paced lifestyle preventing us from connecting with others? Now, this Dutch group created a game that can best be described as a conversation starter. It's best for those times when you want to connect and get into a little bit of a deeper conversation. I would love to do this with my family, for example, around Easter or any other holiday we get together. It would also make an unusual and wonderful gift to somebody who's trying to improve their life offline. Sounds pretty cool, right? All you have to do to win one of these great games is go to iknowjax.com/giveaway to enter. A few weeks ago, I did a story about Kenny Gilbert's new restaurant at the beach. I went to Gilbert's Hot Chicken, Fish, and Shrimp, but this time we're going upstairs. Today I'm visiting Chef Kenny Gilbert's new restaurant in Jax Beach, Gilbert's Southern Kitchen and Bar. I understand you're going to make me something that's like a vegetarian dish you guys do, right?
Yeah, so we wanted to have a dish that really focused on vegetables. So we're doing what we call sizzling turnips.
Now this is interesting to me. What made you choose Spätzle?
Yeah, so Spätzle is, for this dish, it's a great way to, we want to incorporate the green from the turnips.
Oh, okay. So use the whole turnip.
So use the whole turnip. So we've taken the turnip greens, made a puree, and then add that with flour and egg and baking powder, salt.
Spätzle is definitely not a southern dish.
No, it's a German
German dish.
German dumplings, and we wanted to have a dumpling on the menu that stood on its own.
Gotcha.
And I wanted to do something different from an appetizer standpoint.
Gotcha.
So when a vegetarian comes in, I wanted them to say, "Wow, they get a lot of thought." So
they care about us too, right?
They care about us too. Yeah. To me, it's equally as important. It's already sizzling in the pan right now, but the goal is that when it comes upstairs to the restaurant, it's coming out in a cast iron sizzle plate.
Gotcha. He adds rosemary, sage, and parsley and tops the sizzling turnips with crushed peanuts.
We're trying to just do some really cool Southern fare that's really unique to the South, but also identifiable.
That's a cool theme that you have throughout all your restaurants, isn't it? It's food you recognize, cooked in a way that you don't recognize.
Absolutely. For me, I don't want anything to be mundane or boring. Yes, you can get mac and cheese, but my mac and cheese is cavatappi pasta and black pepper queso and blends of cheeses and pimento cheese. So there's a saltine cracker crust, with Parmesan in it. So when you're getting it, it's very, very thoughtful. It's not just mac and cheese, just like our greens. Our greens here are vegetarian. We call them Gilbert's greens, and it's actually braised kale. And we take water and we make a stock with fried shallots and fried garlic, crushed pepper, apple cider vinegar, some salt, and we cook these greens down. And by the time when you taste these greens, you would swear that it was, you had smoked ham hocks in it or turkey or something like that.
So you're giving some love to the vegetarian friends. I know that's awesome.
Oh, it's extremely important. You need to know where you are from a regional standpoint and understand based on your demographic what is available and what people are looking for. So what makes it very interesting about this building is it's 10,000 square feet, like just big long rectangle building. So we're on the east end of the building and we're open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we're open all day. You can dine in here and have whatever you like throughout the day. After you're done, say you get a late reservation, you come at 8:39, have dinner. As you walk down the steps, we have the Sea Chaser Lounge that opens on Fridays and Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. So the goal is to get a full restaurant up here, and they want to have a nightcap as they're leaving. They go and listen to some live entertainment, some bands playing, and having some great moonshine and bourbon cocktails, or having an after dinner drink, have a little dancing, have a good time.
I see there's a method to your madness. So you want to fill us up with good food, get us drinking some good moonshine so that we can't leave. So these are the awesome sizzling turnips that Chef made for us in the kitchen. That's a good way to start a meal, but I think a better way to start the meal is with these drinks. This is the Gilbert Proper and this is the Sea Chaser. And both of these are refreshing, and nothing complements a view like we have here at the ocean like a good cocktail. Hey, if you missed the Gilbert's hot chicken, fish, and shrimp story, you can find it on my website or on YouTube. Now, maybe you didn't know this, but every Saturday I upload the new episode to YouTube. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can get notified automatically as soon as new videos are uploaded. Next, let's use our brain power. Here's Steve.
Hey, this is Steve with Trivia Nation. It's time to get your think on. What men's formal wear is named after a town in New York? Again, what men's formal wear is named after a town in New York? Before the break, I asked you what type of formal clothing for men is named after a town in New York. That answer, of course, is tuxedo. Please join us at any of our 50 locations in Northeast Florida. Just go to trivianation.com for more details.
We're now in what I like to call festival season. This time of year, there's almost always a festival going on, and this week we have St. Patrick's Day as well. But that's not the only thing that's going on. Let's take a look at some of the other happenings this week. First up, it's time for another Jackson's Night Market in Hemming Park. This local night market returns to Hemming Park every third Thursday from 5:30 to 9 p.m. with live music, local farmers, artisan food vendors, fashion trucks, food trucks, all at Hemming Park Beer Garden and more. Speaking of third Thursday of the month, it's also the day when we have the North Beaches Art Walk in Atlantic/Neptune Beach. The art walk takes place from 5 to 9 p.m. featuring over 55 local artists and live performers. This is a great time to visit the beach area. The North Beaches Art Walk takes place on March 15th. The popular St. Augustine Lions Seafood Festival brings boatloads of seafood to St. Augustine for 3 whole days starting on Friday. The festival will serve up traditional fish and shrimp, lobster roll, conch salad, grilled octopus, crab cakes, and more. The festival takes place at Francis Field. The St. Augustine Lions Seafood Festival will take place March 16th through 18th. On Friday, March 16th, I Know Jax is also going to be out at Atlantic Beach Brewing Company doing a Facebook Live show. We're starting at 7 p.m., so check it out online or come out to Atlantic Beach Brewing Company and join us. I'll be there from about 6:30 to 8:30. Now, there's a lot of music this month, and don't even ask why Tiffany caught my eye, but she did. Now, do you remember Tiffany? She had an iconic 1987 #1 hit single, I Think We're Alone Now. Now that captured the heart of a nation and catapulted her into superstardom. Now I probably remember that because I was in California at the time. I don't know. Tiffany recently recorded her newest single, Can't Stop Falling, as a follow-up to her first album as an independent artist. Tiffany is performing at the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall on March 17th. Now that's St. Patrick's Day, and there's a bunch of stuff going on for St. Patrick's Day. There's the block party in Springfield, and Colhane's Irish Pub in Atlantic Beach always sets up the big tent outside and has a huge party. Now for more ideas about what to do for St. Patrick's Day, check out iknowjax.com. I have a special post there dedicated to just that. Now, if you're not into Irish food but prefer barbecue, here's a fun event in Amelia for you. It's a barbecue rib competition featuring 50 teams serving up the best barbecue ribs in the area. There will also be vendors, a kids zone, live music. See, the barbecue ribs competition takes place at the main beach and plate sales start at noon. This is also the 3rd year for the Salt Life Festival in Jax Beach. It will have entertainment on the Seawalk Pavilion stage with a variety of vendors located throughout the Seawalk Pavilion lawn and Latham Plaza. The St. Augustine Art and Craft Festival features artists and crafters and offers jewelry, ceramics, stained glass photography, and much more. The free event takes place at the St. John's Pier Park on Saturday, March 17th and Sunday, March 18th, and admission is free. For more fun things to do in Jacksonville, visit my website at iknowjax.com and read the blog post cleverly titled Fun Things to Do in March. Talk about this whole new Trading Spaces thing and what you're doing, man.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We just finished filming season 1. I'm one of the new carpenters on the show, and 8 episodes. It airs April 7th, and they're bringing back the OGs, the original cast, too, so it's been crazy.
So you're the new kid on the block, so to speak.
Fresh meat, yeah, exactly.
So was there a hazing process they went through?
You know what? I want to be like, no, yeah, there was absolutely hazing. Ty, I love Ty, but oh, he made me earn it that first episode. You'll see it.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that. There was
yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, good. I appreciate that.
I like to see people suffer.
Well, I said that first one was tough, but you start to figure it out. But it's tough for the carpenters, No budget, no time, and then you got the whole world looking at your furniture. It's crazy. It's nuts.
So is that your specialty, was the furniture, or what was your thing?
Yeah, we were doing a lot of furniture. I was making a lot of, it was random. We built beds and then cabinets and then tables and wine racks and just everything. It was
Whatever
crazy.
they told you.
Whatever they told us, yeah.
Exactly.
But we need it today.
Or yesterday.
Bucks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was crazy.
So besides the whole Trading Spaces thing, I really wanted you to talk about your charity with the water. Talk to me a little bit about that, would you?
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, I started Off the Grid International. It's otgi.org. It's a really simple nonprofit. I do home inspections and septic inspections and rainwater system and well inspections in Texas. And me and a couple of the guys I spent some time in Africa, and we wanted to go and do something to give back, right? And so, I think people want to get involved, and they're not sure how to.
Right.
And so, and it's like,
what's the next step?
What do we do?
Yeah,
we want to help, but does the nonprofit keep all of the money?
Right.
So what we do is, it's really simple. 100% of donations go towards the project.
Okay.
We have no office, we have no staff, we have no marketing, no advertising, no nothing. All we have is a website. So if you go to otgi.org, it just goes straight to our PayPal account. And then 100% of that money will go towards building either a rainwater system or a sanitation system alongside the Peace Corps in a very remote area, because these remote areas are the areas that are in the most need as far as clean water and clean sanitation, because one, you get a bacterial infection, especially in a kid, that far out, it's a lot more dangerous, and a lot of times they don't have the education, they don't have the resources, they don't have internet access and things like that. So eventually we want to be building schools with solar panels. We don't got the money right now, but hopefully one day we're able to do that. But we're just trying to do things where, if people want to get involved, we're not trying to grow a business here. We do the show, I have a company back home. This is just, everything goes towards the system. So if you want to get involved with something and you want to know 100% of the money is going towards work, that's what it is. So.
Don't forget that I started doing the Facebook Live show again on Fridays at 7 p.m. You can watch it on iknowjax.com website under iknowjax.com/live or directly on the I Know Jax Facebook page. Or if you prefer, head out to Atlantic Beach Brewing Company and see me in person. I'm usually there around 6:30 p.m. and I'm almost always there past 8. That's it for today. I'll be back next week with a brand new I Know Jax. But before then, I'll see you on the internet.